I'm Ritu.
And I'm Sarah.
And together we are
Everyday Intellectuals. Today, we will be talking about disaster preparedness. We were inspired by Jenny Offel's Weather, a book that discusses the parallels between everyday responsibilities and preparing for impending doom. So Ritu, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting subject. I mean, it's very relatable to right now. You're seeing a lot of increases in natural disasters, Australian brush fire, hurricanes. Right now there's a wildfire in California. So it's something that's not uncommon. Relating it, I think, back to the book, there's a conversation that stood out to me between the main character and her mentor. And her mentor basically says the only way to escape, a disaster is to get rich, very, very rich, which is a very unrealistic solution.
Yeah, that was probably my biggest complaint with the book, was that all of the advice was really unattainable. Yeah. It was like, build a doomsday bunker or fly to Mars, basically.
Well, let's be honest. There's a lot of things that were really unrealistic in the book. But in terms of flying to Mars, I think companies are already starting to commercialize flying to space. They're charging $200,000 a seat to go to Mars, as if it's an amusement park. It makes no sense.
I hate that.
Yeah, it's the worst. It's basically saying the rich can escape and the poor are left to die.
Seriously. So for the rest of us who aren't millionaires, what are we supposed to do? What can we do to protect ourselves from natural disasters?
I mean, the pessimistic response is we're doomed. But there are things that we can do. So there's, I think, two main solutions that you can do right away. One, you can have a emergency plan in your household.
Yeah.
Two, you can have, I think, disaster survival kits. I mean, there are some out there. But just with my preliminary research, I've seen that 2/3 of American households don't even have an emergency plan. I mean,
wow.
I feel like I'm one of them.
No!
It's terrible. And then half of that don't even have disaster supply kits prepared. So they don't have even resources for that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, you really hit on something important, and I want to go back to that, is this idea of communication. I think that's the key, and really where all of this begins, is even having these conversations, drives people to look into what sort of resources they need and creating kits and this and that. So I would really implore everyone, ourselves included, to look into the local resources that are available, because there are many organizations out there that are giving out information about disaster preparedness. And it's important to find out what are the resources in your own geographic area, and also what are the resources that are available for people who maybe they can't afford to go out and buy their own supplies by themselves. So what do you guys think? Do you guys have any plans? Do you know about any resources that might be super helpful?
Yeah, give us some advice. We clearly need it. And comment your thoughts below. We'd love to hear what you have to say. See you next time.
Bye!